You're searching for back of another technically a reaction. Just want to really briefly just talk about Spider-Man because that movie was very sick. Spoiler warning: if you haven't seen the movie, probably shouldn't watch a video like this. I'm gonna put in the title: spoiler warning. I'm going to talk about the movie, so don't watch a video if you haven't seen the movie. Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield. The way they came in the movie was absolutely perfect because I knew they were gonna be there. I didn't know how they were gonna be there. And when the portal opened up and Andrew, when he walked towards it, I clocked who it was because his suit was different. They use the same suits from their movies. Even though they've been continuing to be Spider-Man, so technically speaking, they could have updated their suits. They probably, in a real world, probably would have updated their suits. But I guess so we can clock who's who when they're all suited up. They kept it the same, which was a nice touch. And yeah, when he started walking towards the pole, I clocked before everyone else clocked. That's Andrew. And I started proper like freaking out. I was like, fam, like for me, Andrew's probably my favorite Spider-Man because yeah, the scripting in his movies definitely weren't as good as like say Spider-Man 2 or even Homecoming. I really like Homecoming. Not a lot of people do, but I prefer Homecoming to Far From Home. But yeah, just the movies just weren't that great. Like they just weren't that great. But him as a character was always calm. Like I think I always found him just to be the coolest Spider-Man. I feel like Toby was more nerdy. Like his Peter Parker was probably the more nerdy. And I've always not really liked how in the MCU, Tom Holland's Spider-Man is just Iron Man's apprentice. Because really, even I'll just rewatch Infinity War today, and literally when he's in space, it just gives him a suit. Like, I don't really like that. I think kind of takes a lot away from the Spider-Man character of. You get that in the Andrew films of he's making his own stuff. With Toby, the spider bit him, and suddenly he's shooting webs out of his wrist, which the other two found a little bit nuts. Like Andrew really, especially, could not get over it. He was just staring at this guy's wrist like, fam, like. Especially if you watch Andrew's films, he spent ages making that web just for this guy to just shoot out of his wrist. Like he must have been furious. But yeah, man, I think I really want to keep this short because I just did this video, but it took ages. So I really want to keep this short and sweet. So yeah, obviously they came in the films. Didn't know how they would come. That sounds mad. I didn't, but let me say like, I don't know how they would enter the movie. But when they entered the movie, I was very happy in how they did it because I did not see it coming at all. Did not see that coming at all. Like, yeah, if you asked me earlier in the day how do you think they're going to enter the movie, I would not have said Ned using a slim ring, thinking of a Spider-Man, portaling for a Spider-Man, and then they walk through. I would never have said that. I could have spent the whole day thinking about it, and I would have never said that. So, now maybe I would have said Portal, but not Ned doing it. I don't think anyone saw that coming. So I was really good. I think I was really smart, and they had to do it like that because we all knew they were going to be in the movie, and people said, oh, you're in the movie, when people say stuff like Andrew and Toby are in it. I can't lie, if you didn't know that, like, why are you watching the movie? Like, I can't lie, it was so big. They're bringing the villains back from their movies. They're obviously gonna bring those two back. Aunt May dying was so peak, did not need to happen, but I had it sport for me. So when it happened, I didn't think it would happen because part of me didn't want to believe that someone really came on my TikTok live for 10 seconds just to drop a spoiler. I didn't really want to believe that someone's actually done that. And yeah, when the bomb went off and then they started walking, I was like, okay, so she found it. And then she's like, oh, just wait a minute. I was like, oh dear. But yeah, man. But otherwise, my favorite part out of the dialogue, is probably when Electro, who never knew Spider-Man's identity. Apparently, he got recruited by the Sinister Six, so they would have told him. But on screen, he never saw who Spider-Man was, which is a very big plot hole because the others were plucked from the moment they found out who he was. So Doc Ock, when Toby took off the mask, then he said, you're Peter Parker. Like, And then Green Goblin at the dinner table, he clocked, wait a minute, how did you get that scar? Because I just fought someone today. So where's that scar from? And yeah, Sandman knew at the end, they made up. That's why in the movie, Sandman wasn't even a villain. Like, they made up. They objectively made up at the end of the movie. And who else was there? Lizard knew, property of Peter Parker on the camera. So all the others, it made sense for them to know. But yeah, Doc Ock knew, but Electro never knew. Like, Electro on screen never knew. And I think I've seen some tweets about it. The reason Electro was really obsessed with Spider-Man until Spider-Man had to stop him because he started moving a bit mad. But yeah, some tweets said I think the reason Electro was so obsessed with Spider-Man is because he thought he was black. So in the movie, when he said, because now he's in another universe, so I don't even know if he knew in that conversation, when when I was listening to that conversation, it didn't sound like he realized that's the Spider-Man from his universe. It really didn't sound like that at all. But yeah, when he said, yeah, like I just thought you were gonna be black. Somewhere out there, there's gotta be a black Spider-Man. I can't lie, that was my favorite part because I just rewatched Into the Spider-Verse yesterday, and everyone sat there was like, fam. There is. There is. And the whole audience started clapping and cheering and just screaming like, yeah, like fam, there is. It was just a nice moment. Like literally every single Spider-Man was referenced in that movie. Like really, if you're really a true Spider-Man fan, there's no way you left that cinema disappointed. Like, it was absolutely beautiful movie. They weren't even trying to kill anyone. They were really just trying to help. That's why it was the preface of it was kind of weird, because like, yeah, the movie's called No Way Home. He was trying to send them home, but fixed. So it was really a nice movie, man. Like the whole thing was really, really nice. He's literally just trying to do these villains who have tormented the others a favor. Cause yeah, for him personally, he doesn't know these guys. Like all's happened, he's tried to ask Doctor Strange to help him out. Suddenly these lot are here, very, very disoriented. Like, why am I here? And he's just trying to send them back, but they're trying to help them. So it was a nice movie. And yeah, consequences for the MCU. I don't really know. Apart from Venom, the symbiote, or however you say that, was left at the bar, so that could cause some problems. But otherwise, yeah, I think it looked like everyone went back. I was thinking afterwards, surely everyone who knew would have come back. So Gwen would have come back. I mean, she died though, but technically speaking, surely, I don't know, because the others died as well. So yeah, surely she probably theoretically was just chilling throughout the movie somewhere. Also MJ is very much alive, so is she alive? I think she's alive. I forgot how that movie ended. I think she's alive. She should have come back. So I don't know. There's a lot of plot holes. I think the movie was just focused on the Spider-Man's helping the villains get back. But yeah, if you think about it, the others, a lot of people should have been there. Eddie Brock was just there because Venom said billions of years across multiple universes at the end of the post-credit scene of Venom 2. So obviously he must have, and he cooked, he licked the screen. Like, so he cooked, he knows who Peter Parker is. But yeah, he really could have been the movie as well. But I think it was just focused on them righting the wrongs of the past. On screen, I mean, he's fought Venom, but it was, that symbiote travels a lot. He hasn't fought Eddie Brock. But yeah, man, it just feels like there's a few things that don't really make a bit of sense. Even the fact that Doctor Strange lost it wasn't really a fight, was it? But lost the box to Peter. It was very plot driven. Because really, if Doctor Strange wanted to kill Spider-Man, he would have killed Spider-Man. He went toe-to-toe with Thanos with 4 stones. If he wanted to end Peter Parker, it would have been Happy's grave that he was visiting at the end of the movie. Trust me. Like, Doctor Strange, in my opinion, not in my opinion, he's my favourite. That's why I was happy and excited to go watch the movie, because I didn't know how he was going to be in the movie. But at the same time, it's a Spider-Man movie, so I didn't want it to be a kind of team-up of them going through together. It's really supposed to be Spider-Man's movie. I don't want Doctor Strange to play too much of a big part. But yeah, people saying he got nerfed in the movie. He definitely didn't get nerfed. He just wasn't trying to kill him. If he was trying to kill him, he would have killed him. He's killed harder to kill people than Spider-Man. So I'm sure if he really wanted to kill him, he would have killed him. But yeah, man, it was just a really nice movie all in all. So yeah, I'm just excited to see what happens now. I'm still watching Hawkeye. It's a very fun show. I'm still watching yeah, all these other films that are going to come out. Next year's a big, big year. I think Multiverse of Madness has potential to be even better than this film. Very excited to see what happens with Wanda. I'm sure at some point they're going to have a fight. Even though in the trailer, it looked very, very, like, I forgot the word, civil between those two. Even though in WandaVision, it's been announced that he was sending, all those adverts were messages from Doctor Strange. So he was trying to communicate with Wanda. And obviously what she was doing there was a little bit nuts. So, but it seemed like he came to her, he came in peace. So, don't really know what's going to happen between them. But I'm assuming at some point they're going to have a fight. Because Wanda looked, if in that trailer, it looked a little bit nuts. It looked like she was, I don't know what she was doing, but it looked a little bit nuts. So, look out for that. Otherwise, yeah, there's a lot of things coming out next year of Marvel. But I just wanted to kind of talk about this movie. It's just a very big deal. It's been now, today's Monday the 20th. If you haven't seen the film now, like, it's going to get ruined for you. If it's been ruined for you today, I don't feel bad. Because if you really wanted to watch the movie, you'd have seen it by now, man. You've had the whole weekend, like. So, yeah, whether we talk about more Marvel stuff, I don't know. I don't really know what's going on with this channel. I feel like I'm doing a lot. At some point, I'm going to have to sit down and think what the channel is, because we're branching out a lot. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, I've been Sachi14. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. I'll be back again soon.